Dingus and Dongus.
Hey, Michael.
Episode 46.
Let's see how much I remember of these things. Usually, I refresh myself.
Right.
Or finish reading right before we record.
Right.
It's been several days.
Let's just do it tomorrow.
No.
No?
I want to do it now.
Okay.
And get it done. We've already started.
Okay. Well, the book we went with is Wellington, written by Aaron Mahnke.
Yep. Full of beef.
And that's actually kind of why I picked this book, because it was Wellington, and beef Wellington
is delicious.
Yeah.
I appreciate you and Zach making a modified version of that for my birthday.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious. Thank you.
That was fun. But, yeah. Well, first, Aaron Mahnke, I remember that name because I believe he does a podcast called Lore.
Okay.
And it's basically, folklore around the world and shit like that.
Oh, so that's a podcast.
Yeah.
Because on the cover art for each, it says Wellington by the creator of Lore.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a comic book.
I think there is a comic book called Lore, but I don't know if Aaron Mahnke had anything to do with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
This guy, he did a podcast called Lore, and it was also picked up as an Amazon Prime.
I've seen splash for it.
But it's pretty cool. It explores folklore around the world, which is very relevant to this story. It's basically folklore of the UK.
Is it? I'm not it has creepy, cool shit going on, but I don't know it as direct folklore of the UK.
Well, I mean, folklore. I guess bar guests are specific to the UK, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no clue. There's a band in Louisiana, which makes me think of France.
Yeah. Fair.
But this was after the war with France.
Mm-hmm.
At Waterloo? No, the dude was at Waterloo. Fought at Waterloo.
Yeah. The Duke of Wellington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. Oh, this kind of felt like it was something put together that wasn't too terribly deep to promote something else. And it worked for me, because now I want to know more about Lore.
Right.
It just felt like this 5 issues, which was a fun kind of mystery, supernatural thing.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it was created just to push something else.
Huh. I guess I could kind of see that because it ends with a cliffhanger.
Right.
But I don't know if anything came out of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How funny would it be if this was written before Lore was created? And it just said, Wellington, for the creator of Lore. Lore doesn't exist yet.
It's well, in that case, that just be a trailer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what
it's a really complex, expensive trailer for a podcast.
Yep. Well, we're only doing this podcast to write a comic book, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. the book that's just been moldering in the Google Drive.
Yeah, that's going nowhere.
Yep.
But no, it was a fun story. Dude gets called by this lady saying there's some spooky shit happening. 3 different instances. Boy disappear. Someone got murdered.
Yeah.
And then a third spooky dookie.
Spooky dog thing that shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the bar guest.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's, I think it's supposedly, loosely based on the actual Duke of Wellington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. At least that's the impression I get from it. And from my experience with the podcast, he does delve deep into, historical context of these folklore.
So I'd be curious to read a little bit about that. All I know is there was a turning point for the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I don't know where these bar guests come from. It was cool though. Like it was weird shape shifting, and also it didn't really possess a body, but like his guards or right hand man got sliced in the face and then shot.
Right. It's like it's kind of like a voodoo doll type situation.
Oh, is that?
That's
kind
what
of, okay.
I'm assuming, because whatever harm happens to the bar guest happens to the dude's right hand man instead.
Okay.
So I think of it as kind of a voodoo doll-ish type of situation.
That works. That makes more plausible sense than anything else I could imagine.
Yeah.
I was like, well, why? How? Like, does it inhabit it? Is the dude a shapeshifter? What's going on here?
Right.
Voodoo doll sounds. Situation kind of makes more sense.
Yeah, because like, I guess part of the mystery is, they're suspecting this guy, but that guy isn't necessarily around
when it's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess also plays into the whole, shape-shifting thing. But I think the big thing is he kind of sort of always has some sort of alibi.
Right.
Like, he was over here with other people who saw him there.
And he got shot out of nowhere, they said.
Right.
They had mentioned, though, that there was was it an opening or a gateway to, like, a different dimension or a different universe or something like that?
Like a spirit realm or something?
Yeah, spirit realm. So I wonder if, like, part of me was wondering, like, is this him in Bizarro Land or something? But I don't really... There's nothing to suggest that outside of him also getting cut and shot.
Right.
So
now, I want to talk about like the main character a bit. He seems kind of a dick. Just kind of a rich asshole.
Yeah.
That's like incredibly uptight, and his character is just really weird to me.
Well, he is conducting research or whatever on these paranormal supernatural things, and he's sick of people getting in his way is how I read it.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, he's a dick, but this is kind of what led to his dickdom.
Yeah.
and how I read it. Also, he's royalty and a war vet, so of course he's going to be an entitled asshole.
Yeah. Hey, he's kind of a dick to his wife, and has this mistress, and yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, he had an affair with this lady prior, but he wasn't having an affair now.
Right.
Which was interesting.
Yeah, it's weird. And then, like, the way he handles the investigation, like, he seems so... At first, he's, like, absolutely convinced it's, like, natural explanations, right?
Right, yeah.
And then the minute, like, a supernatural thing happens, he doesn't seem particularly surprised.
Nope, he's like, oh, okay, it's that.
Went along with it. It's like, what?
Well, wasn't his main turning point just claw scratches on the corpse that was in the barn or something?
Well...
With the tattoos or the writing on them?
I don't necessarily think that's when he 100% accepted the supernatural.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's like, okay, like, there's some weird shit going on.
That's what kind of led him to go check out the mine.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. And
right.
Okay, yeah.
And then that's when he ran into the weird, like, ghost lady
that has,
animal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it shows up as I'm just going to call it a demon thing, because it had, like, animal legs or whatever.
Yeah, it had, like, antelope legs.
Yeah. And then he just has a normal conversation with it, like nothing's out of the ordinary.
I think I probably would too, as a, like, almost diffusion fear reaction. Like, let's treat this as normal, as opposed to, like, oh my god, I'm scared, or attack. It's like, oh, you are a person, let us converse and not die. And then I'll just back away.
I guess the way it was depicted, it seemed like he wasn't surprised at all. That it was,
He expected this.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's come across this in the past.
Yeah, who knows?
It was like that Napoleon. And his goat people. His elephant people.
Wouldn't that... Oh, wait, no. Who's the one who did the elephant across...
The Alps?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Napoleon.
Napoleon did that?
Pretty sure. Like, that was his... We're going to find out for us. I'm pretty sure it was Napoleon that had elephants going across the Alps.
Jesus Christ.
Dude was on a rampage. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's we're going to go down this road. It's amazing to kind of think back a little bit at these major war figures and what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
And they're basically conquering land. Like, that doesn't really happen as clean and dry nowadays, right? It's all proxy wars nowadays.
Right.
But Napoleon was like, we're taking all this crap. I mean, Hitler did the same thing. Like, oh, this is all ours now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ottomans was like, oh, we're just going to take all this shit.
Yeah.
It's so weird. But if you do it now, like, everyone gets mad, like what happened with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's a good thing or anything. It's just like, it doesn't really happen. Now we just like pay people to, oh, you're going to be the leader now. Kill your government.
Well, I mean, they didn't have nuclear weapons back then.
Yeah, that's true. They had elephants.
Yeah. But elephants are biodegradable.
Yes.
And that's important because...
It doesn't end mankind.
Yeah. There.
Good job, Napoleon. Great foresight for not using nukes.
How far was Napoleon from nukes?
1800s.
So
Mid 1800s-ish.
it's about
100 years?
or
Yeah.
so.
He would have totally used a fucking nuke, dude. He would have rode a nuke.
There would have been like... Man, imagine if Alexander or like Genghis Khan had nukes. Like, holy shit!
I'm glad they didn't, because we wouldn't be here.
Well, maybe we would be here, but we just wouldn't be us. We'd be giant sentient roaches,
Yes,
like Mimic.
and we'd be recording a podcast
Yep.
about what it'd be like to be human.
Talking about Napoleon the God damn it. I was trying to think of bug terms.
What are bug terms?
I don't know, like thorax. It's like Napoleon the thorax.
Okay, that's the only bug term I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Antlers, antenna, not antlers.
Mandibles.
Yeah, the mandible claw.
We went. Yeah.
It's Napoleon's fault.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
What were we talking about in the story, though?
I don't know. His non-surprise
Oh,
at
yeah.
the demon thingy.
Yeah, that just kind of threw me off, like majorly. It was like he was so he showed no sign of believing in the supernatural
Right.
at all, and then the minute one a supernatural being shows up, he's just like, oh, okay, I buy it.
Yeah. Well, evidence-based, right? So here's evidence in front of you.
Fair.
He's just a man of no surprise. I don't know. Never had a surprise birthday in his life.
A man with no surprise. It sounds like a terrible spaghetti western.
And it's just the most mundane shit ever. Like, he's a banker. No one robs him or anything, and he goes home. Doesn't have, like, a family.
Everything always happens in the town next.
Yeah, exactly.
And they just, like, hear about it through, I don't know. The
Telegram.
Yeah, Telegram.
Yeah. Oh, that's no surprise. Of course it happens over there. No surprise here.
Just 2 hours of that.
and build it up to where you think something's going to happen, and then nope. Like, no surprise. Fuckers.
The movie just ends with the guy going home and, going to bed.
Going to bed, yeah. It literally, the final shot's like he leans over and blows the fire out in the lantern. End of story. No surprise here.
Oh. Holy shit. I bet there is a person out there who can make it into a good movie.
Oh, for sure. Not us.
Yeah.
It's funny, we've had plenty of great ideas, I feel. Holly and I have had, like, a lot of people I know have great ideas, and we've discussed, like, if we just had 4 competent people in different fields, so many of these things could become reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here, I'll pay you to do this thing.
Right.
And I want that to be my life.
Time to play lottery.
Yep.
Well,
I did. I
you
lost.
did? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not the surprise mystery winner?
No surprise. It was $1 billion. I had to do it.
Yeah. That's like almost $1.5 billion, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was a lot of fucking money.
Well, anyways.
I don't think the lottery existed in the Wellington times.
Oh, I'm sure there was a lottery. Not the lottery that we know of.
Right.
But maybe there was like food lottery.
Or, like, you die lottery. It's like, who's
There you
getting
go.
hung this month? You! Get over here. You gotta sacrifice you to our religious sects.
Well, while Mr. Wellington's just at home eating his beef.
Well, he has this, for pleasure, he goes out and just rubs his cows that he will soon eat. Yes, good beef.
I just imagine, like, he treats them like Kobe beef, so he treats them really well.
Better than the serfs and the peasants.
But because he wants the meat to get used to being wrapped up in pastry, he like commissions these old grannies to crochet like these puff pastry blankets.
And they're just walking around stiff because they got. Yes, I like it.
Yep.
Very comfy beef.
But yeah. So mystery, people died, and supernatural shit.
Right, and then the bar guest gets away, and the last couple pages is like, I'm gonna go on a hunt.
Yep.
And then, okay.
And that's it.
And that's it. So I don't know if that's lore comic book or lore podcast, if that gets resolved, if at all.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe he ran out of funding. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or drive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, from what I've seen, like, there doesn't seem to be any sort of follow-up or anything. It's just a little mystery out there for us to enjoy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Part of it did, I guess, like, when I went into it, I went into it thinking there's, like, a Sherlock Holmes thing, right?
It wasn't too dissimilar, really.
Yeah. Like Hound of Baskerville.
Yep.
Which is why I got, like, really thrown off when, like, actual supernatural shit started happening.
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been cool if it didn't. I appreciate the supernatural. I think that could make for a fun story. This was set up that I kind of wish they Scooby-Dooed it at the end.
Right.
That would have been really cool.
Yep.
Instead of the open-ended whatever, been this elaborate Scooby-Dooing. I don't know. I don't know how they would have done it with what was shown, but
Right. I mean, like, oh, I guess, you could say, he saw these things in a cavern, and there were, like, weird fungal spores
right, or
floating
like
around.
natural gases,
Yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, that'd have been cool.
But no, it's supernatural shit, and it's fun. Art is kind of
It's fine.
it works.
Yeah, and it's 5 issues and a pretty quick read, really.
Yeah.
I swear each issue felt less than 20 pages. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's true, but it felt quick.
It does seem to just kind of breeze by.
Yeah.
And even the volumes themselves, like, I distinctly remember, like, okay, I've just finished 2, but wait, why am I on 4 already?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So how many volumes are there?
Or, I mean, not volume, books.
Oh, gotcha. Issues.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I think they call it book 1 or book 2, right?
I don't
Or something.
remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But yeah. Wellington, Aaron Mahnke. It's pretty cool.
It makes me think of the Pokemon.
Mahnke.
Mankey. I caught several of those in the airport.
Nice.
Nice. We listened to the band Worm. The album was Foreverglade,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they're out of Florida on $20 spin.
You don't say. Florida, huh?
I don't know where 4 Everglades are. I know where the Everglades
Yeah.
are, but I don't know the other 3.
I read it as this is our ode to the Everglades.
The Foreverglades.
Yes.
Which it is, really.
Yeah.
You look at the art and the song titles. I really like the song titles.
Yeah.
I can't remember a single one, but I remember looking over them and going, oh, those are cool title names.
Yeah. I didn't read any of the title names. I just enjoyed the music.
Yeah.
It's Death Doom.
Yep. I want to end it there now. It's Death Doom. Beep. No, it is.
Yeah.
And there's moments where it's kind of... Should we just do that? Like... No.
That would have been... Oh, I really want to though.
We have the capability. No, it's Death Doom, and there's moments where it's a little mundane, but still fun. Mm-hmm. But then they surprise you with really fun solos.
Like, surprisingly fancy solos for Death Doom.
Right, exactly. Exactly. It's like, oh, Death Doom, I know these, that's cool, it's by the book, whatever. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, what a surprise!
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've heard sweet picking in a lot of Death Doom, but there's sweet picking here.
And it rules.
Yeah. It's and it's also got like kind of black metal-y moments here and there sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
I think a little towards the end, but like, yeah, there's a nice variety for Death Doom on this album.
Yep. I thought so too.
And they keep it nice and, well, I wouldn't say short, but like a reasonable length. It's like 44 minutes or so.
It doesn't play itself out too quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got nice chunky riffs, and it's if you think of like Death Doom or genres as this thought isn't coming together in my head. Basically, I want to say this album is like comfort food for people who like Death Doom.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's several moments in here, and I know this gets a nod by so many bands, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's true, where it sounds like some bolt thrower worship.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Not a full song by any means, but segments of some songs.
Right.
It's like, oh, cool. Which is nice, you know. It's just, I don't know if they intended it, but they clearly have listened to Bolt Thrower. It comes through.
Speaking of Bolt Thrower, so while I was out on Joshua Tree, Joe from Suppressive Fire, came and hung out with us.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and so in the middle of the night, it was me, Joe, Alex, Zach, and we started talking about Bolt Thrower and how everybody should have, like, every band or every guitarist has written a Bolt Thrower song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it goes to show how like influential Bolt Thrower really is. Like you don't necessarily have to have a Bolt Thrower song, but everybody has a Bolt Thrower riff.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Like if you play death metal, you have a Bolt Thrower riff.
Yeah.
Or you have written one at one point or another.
Right. End of story. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we sat there and played each other our Bolt Thrower
Your Bolt Thrower riffs?
Yeah.
Nice.
But I really enjoyed this album.
And it was their debut full length, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, they're a relatively young band.
Yeah.
So, well, young as in the band was formed recently-ish.
Right.
I don't know anything about the members.
Could be 70.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
They could be the members of Bolt Thrower, for all I know. And they'd moved to Florida, except for Carl. He stayed behind. Because that's definitely not him doing vocals.
No. The vocalist, actually, I don't know if it's just one guy or like two guys, but whoever it is, well, if it's one person, that person has range.
Yeah, I was about to say, there's some diversity in there.
Yeah, he pulls off some nice, high pitch screaming, and some really low sounding.
Deep.
Yeah. And it's not like froggy like Demilich is, but it's like low rumbly vocals.
Did you happen to look at the album art?
I did not.
Oh, well, you should do that. It's
Okay.
drippy and fun.
Drippy and fun?
Look at the album art. and read the song titles.
Okay.
Like, they're just neat. I wish I could remember them. This is what I get for not, like, taking notes or refreshing anything.
Does it invoke the bog?
Yeah, it really does.
Hell yeah.
And there's, like, necromantic, I can't remember what the fuck it's called. There's a necromancer involved. Or necromancy. Yeah, I can't remember. Good song titles, though.
Hell yeah.
And they fit with Florida bullshit.
Fuck yeah.
No bath salts.
No bath salts?
No bath salt. And I don't think any alligators. So, but, you know, the Foreverglades.
Yeah.
They go on forever.
I really like that name. It's a really good album name.
I mean, it's an ode. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's $20.
You can spin it.
Dingus and Dongus.
They Marco.